Welcome, Sagittarius souls, your compass is recalibrating. Hey there, my radiant Sagittarius tribe, whether you're a returning fire starter or a wide-eyed wanderer just stumbling into this cosmic corner of the internet, welcome home to Zodiac Talks Tarot. This isn't just another tarot channel. Nope. Think of it as your spiritual pit stop on the road to soul expansion, where astrology meets ancient wisdom and we decode the stars like it's a group therapy session hosted by the universe herself. Now, let's talk about this week, shall we? The cosmos isn't playing around. We're standing at the peak of the final Venus-Pluto portal of 2025, and yes, it's as intense as it sounds. On May 6th, Venus, our planetary goddess of love, money, and late-night cravings, is forming her last sextile with Pluto, the Grand Master of transformation and uncomfortable truths. Add Mercury cuddling up with Chiron in Aries, and it's like your karmic inbox is suddenly overflowing with unread messages from your higher self. And Sag, you're not just watching from the sidelines. You're front row, center stage, probably without a script. But don't panic, this is your element. This is a cosmic Ctrl+Alt+Delete for your belief systems, relationships, and that ever-wandering quest for truth. It's not about punishment, it's about positioning. The universe isn't judging your detours, it's just rerouting your GPS. So buckle up, chosen ones. This year of triumph 2025 is about clarity, not chaos. About breakthroughs, not breakdowns. You're not just recalibrating, you're remembering. And maybe, just maybe, laughing along the way. Because if there's one thing a Sagittarius knows, it's that the truth might set you free, but it'll probably crack you up first. For Sagittarius, emotional intensity usually shows up as a question, not a breakdown. You're the Zodiac's philosopher after all, more likely to quote Rumi than cry in public. But this week, even you might find yourself tearing up during a shampoo commercial or laughing uncontrollably in the cereal aisle. It's not madness, it's movement. The cosmic currents are stirring up the deeper waters of your emotional life, and your usual fireproof detachment might not hold. What you're experiencing isn't weakness. It's a long overdue emotional detox. For years, you've stored intuition in the background like unopened emails. This week, the inbox bursts open. Especially in relationships, anything that's felt spiritually lukewarm is either about to deepen or dissolve. You may find yourself facing moments of truth with surprising clarity. The person you've been giving half your heart to? You'll know whether to lean in or let go. And then there's the matter of your voice. While Sagittarians are famous for their candor, there's a deeper, unspoken layer that's been quietly hiding out in the basement of your psyche until now. Old wounds around communication are rising up, not to torment you, but to be cleared. You might wake up between 2 and 4 a.m. with flashes of memory, sudden insights, or the urge to finally say what you've been suppressing for far too long. That's not insomnia, it's spiritual recalibration. Don't ignore it. Write it down. Feel it. Say it. Whether it's a conversation you've been avoiding or a boundary you need to set, now's the time. This isn't just emotional noise, it's sacred messaging. You're not falling apart. You're falling open. And that, dear Sagittarius, is where your next level begins, not in control, but in clarity. The universe isn't asking you to be fearless. It's asking you to be real. And in the year of triumph 2025, that kind of honesty is your superpower. Let's talk about the dreamscape, Sagittarius, because this week, it's not just your sleep that's active, it's your soul on night shift. Don't be surprised if your dreams start playing like cinematic episodes with cryptic subtitles, strange characters, or familiar faces from a past life or from last Thursday's awkward coffee date. These aren't just mental leftovers from your daily scroll. This is psychic streaming, and the universe is the director. If you keep seeing the same person, place, or symbol, don't brush it off. You're not hallucinating. You're being handed spiritual breadcrumbs, and some of you may already be halfway down a new path without realizing it. That sudden vision of you thriving in a different city, career, or dynamic relationship. That's not fantasy, it's spiritual intel. And Sag, let's be honest, your third eye just got a system update. The bugs from 2024 are out, the clarity patch is in. Just don't forget to write it down. Seriously, journal that wild dream about a llama on a spaceship. It might mean more than you think. Now let's bring it back to the waking world, because if your dreams are shaking things up, your relationships are about to get a soul-level inspection. This Venus-Pluto portal isn't here to whisper. It's kicking open the door and flipping the emotional light switch. Suddenly, you'll know exactly who's for real and who's been coasting on expired energy. Those who truly see you, who feel your fire and honor your freedom, will move closer, sometimes in beautiful, unexpected ways. And those who've been offering lukewarm loyalty? Well, they might quietly disappear, or you might decide to bless and release them with your trademark Sagittarius honesty, which, let's admit, is sometimes a little too honest. Work on that delivery. Either way, this is not about cutting people off for sport, it's about alignment. And here's the kicker, your voice is changing. You'll feel more courage in your throat, more tenderness in your tone. This isn't about yelling your truth, it's about speaking it from a deeper place, a clearer place. And when you do, you're not just communicating, you're rewriting old karmic agreements. So say it kindly, clearly. Because in the year of triumph 2025, your truth isn't just valid, it's revolutionary. Let's talk about the throat chakra, Sagittarius, because for someone who's usually got no shortage of opinions and punchlines, you've actually been playing it small in ways most people would never guess. Yes, you, the truth-slinging, wisdom-chasing fire sign, have been holding back. Why? Not out of fear, necessarily, but out of a deep, often unconscious desire to keep the peace. To not rock the boat. To not be too much. But newsflash, you are too much, in the best way possible, and the universe is no longer accepting applications for watered-down versions of you. With Mercury conjunct Chiron, the cosmic therapist and spiritual tech support of the Zodiac, your voice is getting a recalibration. That thing you've rehearsed in your head 57 times? You're about to say it out loud. Once. With conviction. And here's the kicker, you won't just be heard, you'll be felt. This week, what you speak doesn't just flutter into the air, it imprints on your reality. Words, right now, are spells. Sacred vibrations. Whether it's a declaration of love, a long overdue boundary, or finally telling your upstairs neighbor to stop vacuuming at midnight, this is your sacred microphone moment. And for the chosen ones, yes, I'm talking to you. This isn't just about speaking up. It's about realigning your reality. What you say now can redirect your future timeline. We're talking butterfly effect level stuff here. The message? Speak bravely. Speak clearly. And, for the love of Jupiter, try not to text your ex. And just when you thought things couldn't get any more introspective, boom, the past shows up. Not in a creepy, late-night DM kind of way, but more like bubbles rising in a spiritual soda stream. Out of nowhere, you're remembering that conversation from 8 years ago, or that moment as a child when you first learned to dim your light. But here's the thing, this isn't nostalgia for nostalgia's sake. It's divine closure. These memories aren't here to haunt you, they're resurfacing so you can finally integrate them. You're not regressing, you're reclaiming. You're closing energetic loops that have been quietly tugging at the edges of your life for far too long. Thanks to the Mercury-Chiron connection, you now have the language to process what you couldn't before. It's like suddenly realizing the emotional subtitles have been turned on. What once confused or hurt you now makes a strange and liberating kind of sense. You can finally say, "Ah, so that's what that meant." And with that understanding comes peace, not the fluffy, Instagram inspo kind, but the kind that anchors your soul and lets you walk into the future a little taller. So speak up, Sagittarius. Not because it's trendy, or therapeutic, or expected, but because your voice carries truth. And in the year of triumph 2025, truth is the currency that changes everything. Let's talk about your body for a second, Sagittarius, not your gym progress or your latest attempt at a green smoothie cleanse, but the subtle, weird, kind of magical stuff you've been feeling lately. Pressure between your shoulder blades that won't quit? Palms that tingle like they just high-fived a thunderstorm? No, you're not turning into an X-Men character, although, wouldn't that be fun? What you're experiencing is what I like to call a cosmic software upgrade. Your body, dear Archer, is syncing with the new spiritual operating system of the universe. You're becoming a tuning fork for frequencies you didn't even know you could receive. Think of it as dial-up internet from 1999, but this time, it's in HD, without the screeching modem noise. Your chakras are lighting up like a Sagittarius on a spontaneous road trip, completely unplanned, totally exhilarating, and just slightly chaotic. And listen, this isn't illness. It's initiation. You're not broken, you're becoming. The discomfort? That's just your old energetic wiring trying to keep up with this rapid divine download. If your neck aches or your lower back suddenly starts whispering ancient secrets, it might be wise to slow down. Stay hydrated, not just because it's what every wellness influencer on the internet says, but because your body is literally conducting more energy than usual. Water helps conduct that flow, both spiritually and biologically. Walk barefoot if you can. Touch the earth. Sit under a tree and just breathe. Maybe even hug it. Yes, I said it. Your nervous system could use the grounding. Also, friendly reminder, now might not be the best time for 5 cups of coffee and an afternoon of doom scrolling. Those existential spirals? Fun in theory. Not so much during an energetic upgrade. And now for the really trippy part-time. Or rather, the warping of it. Have you noticed how this week, time seems to stretch like taffy and then vanish like your willpower around cake? 1 minute you're journaling, the next thing you know, it's dark outside and you're questioning what year it is. Welcome to timeline distortion, Sagittarius. You're not going crazy, you're going quantum. This is your soul exploring alternate versions of you in real time. You might find yourself daydreaming about lives you haven't lived or suddenly remembering things you never experienced. That's not fantasy. That's timeline exploration. Your higher self is poking around in the multiverse like it's a cosmic buffet. What would happen if we chose purpose over fear in that scenario from 2019? Let's try it and see. Every thought you have right now, every intentional sentence, every moment you say I release, or I forgive, or even I'm ready, those are not throwaway phrases. They're energetic steering wheels. They're quantum keystrokes, typing your next reality into place. You're not just dreaming about freedom anymore. You're living into it, breath by breath. And for someone like you, born to chase meaning, born to run with the wild horses of truth, this is the real treasure, not in timelines past or futures imagined, but in the now you're reshaping with conscious choice. So yes, your back might ache, time might feel like a Salvador Dali painting, and you might randomly cry while watching a video of a turtle crossing the road. But that's the work. That's the magic. Sagittarius, in the year of triumph 2025, you're not just waking up, you're re-waking the world with you. And it all starts in your body, your breath, and the time-bending truth you're finally ready to claim. There are moments in life that don't just mark time, they split it. And Sagittarius, this week's cosmic event is exactly that. The final Venus-Pluto portal of 2025? It's not just another blip in your horoscope app. It's a soul bookmark, the kind you'll look back on and say, yep, that's when it all started to shift. Before May 6th, you may have been surviving, moving through the motions, doing what needed to be done. But afterward, you're not just checking the boxes, you're reliving from the heart of your own fire. Now, don't expect this shift to hit everyone like a lightning bolt. Some of you will feel it as a quiet hum beneath the surface, a whisper from the universe saying, it's time. Others might experience it as a spiritual thunderclap. Maybe it comes through a conversation, a dream, or one of those moments where you suddenly see yourself clearly, like you've wiped the fog off the mirror. However it arrives, know this, something deep within you is realigning. You're not just dreaming of a better life anymore. You're remembering that you are the architect of it. And in the year of triumph 2025, you're not just chasing adventure like a typical Sag, you are the adventure. You are the fire that lights the way, not just for yourself, but for others who forgot how to believe in new beginnings. This isn't about throwing everything away and running off to Bali, although, hey, if that calls to you, book the flight. It's about waking up to the life that's been waiting for you to stop playing small and start showing up. So my advice, as someone who studied the stars and sat with enough clients to know the patterns of the soul, enjoy it. Enjoy the freedom that comes when you stop filtering yourself. Enjoy the clarity that rolls in when you stop apologizing for your fire. Laugh more. Say yes more. Let your life get a little weird in the best way. And if this resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, share it with your fellow soul seekers, and make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay aligned with all the cosmic wisdom we bring here on Zodiac Talks Tarot. You didn't land here by accident. You were guided. And now that you're here, let's keep growing, laughing, and living wide awake.